So, dear Minister, good morning, and thank you for receiving us. You know, this is a great day today. We have many fields of cooperation between France and Saint Lucia, and one of our main goals is to prevent and fight against violence, against criminality, and to prevent terrorism. And I think there is no borders for criminality. There is no borders for terrorism. So we need to fight criminality and terrorism with no borders. And this is very difficult to do because each country has its proper rules and its proper sovereignty. So we were working together, Saint Lucia and France, for many years, and we decided in 2015 to have a common agreements on common legal assistance and on extradition. So we worked on those agreements, and Saint Lucia and France signed those agreements at the end of September 2016. So it may seem a long time since we signed those agreements, but you have a very simple way to ratify the agreements. The way we ratify agreements in France is a long way, because we need to have the ratification of Congress. So Congress ratifies it, and once Congress has ratified the conventions, then the executive branch can sign it. So it took a long time, maybe, but today we are very happy to tell you that they are ratified, that we can exchange the ratification instruments today for both conventions, and they will enter in vigor in December 1st, 2018. And that will mean that in December we will work very closely together, that if we have a Saint Lucia citizen that you want him extradited in France, I will do that extradition very easily. The other way around, for French citizen that could be in Saint Lucia, and we will exchange a lot of about how to fight against terrorism and how to prevent it, and how to fight against criminality together. So I think it's, to put it in a nutshell, I think it's a very strong signal and very dissuasive signal we send to criminals, saying that now we are all working together, and we will work together to fight criminality. That's why it's a very important day together.
Well, thank you ever so much, Ambassador. This is certainly a historic day for us, our government and yours. I recall that this was one of the first agreements we signed when I came into office. And as you said, it's just over 2 years since we signed these agreements, and they have been ratified, and now we are exchanging them so that they come into force in December. This is really historic, and I dare say something that should have been done a long time ago. Bearing in mind the world we live in, the extent to which there are no borders really, the terrorism that is abound, and the need for countries to collaborate in fighting terrorism and indeed crime. And this is all the more important when we consider our close proximity, for example, to Martinique, and how much there is such a free flow of traffic between our countries. And certainly we know what we have to face with in terms of drugs and crime generally. So we want to say how really, really pleased we are that we can take this very important step here today. And what is really important for us is not just doing the formality, but we want to make sure that in practice, when there is a need now to see these agreements come into effect and do what they need to do in practical terms, that there can be efficiency. That is what it is all about. But we are doing a very important exercise today, And it is when there is a need to invoke what these agreements offer us, we will see really how committed we both are and how speedily we can effect whatever requests are made under these agreements. So I want to say how very grateful we are to the government and people of France, and certainly just to give our commitment that in letter and spirit we are going to ensure that these agreements have the effect that they are intended to have. So I want to thank you again today and the government for us taking this step here.
So this is the letter of ratification signed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of France for the Convention on Mutual Legal Assistance Against Crime.
Okay. And this is the letter of acceptance, which is signed by the government of St. Lucia, and it's a pleasure to present this to you, Ambassador.
Thank you, Minister. And now the letter for the other agreement on extradition. So it was signed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of France.
Thank you. And this is the letter of acceptance signed by the government of St. Lucia for the extradition agreement. Thank you.
So I'd like to congratulate both of the territories, St. Lucia and France, for making this agreement, as I believe it will work well in favor of fighting crime internationally and to work together in terms of mutual legal assistance. I do believe it's a very long time coming, as we previously used the backing of warrants, acts, etc., to deal with getting on the assistance that's necessary, but with this endeavor, we would have a smooth transition into what is necessary to fight international crime, terrorism, etc. Okay, and I thank you very much.